Hey everyone, this is the Psyguy here to introduce the Crystal Heart Season 7 PRs for the Necrozma division. I am hosted today by Freetle for Wii U and Hades Avender.
What's up?
Hello.
So
So,
we're just going to go ahead and get right into this. Again, thank you everybody for playing this season. This is the low division PRs, and we are going to start with last place.
16th place, we have Eric from That 70s Show. I've wrote notes
So
for every single person, and my notes for him are literally just this is monotype and Ubers, and I don't think we need to give any other explanation as to why it's in last.
So
It also
realistically, this team should have been S tier, but as far as creativity goes, that's
we
not
don't
what we
care.
rank these things on. So this is the last place team, and I know he's
This
going
is
to pick a couple wins off with it, but there's no need to even really pick into this team because it is just mono normal.
Yeah, that's the if
It does
you're
as
not
far
gonna
all
as
right.
try
mono
and
normal
I'll
build, we're
give
not gonna try and give advice, basically.
I'll give one
as far as mono normal
Wait,
teams
I'll
wait,
give
wait.
go,
one
though,
further
it is a solid mono normal team.
I'll give one further comment. His Ubers are dog shit. Like the Terapio Stellar is ass. Mega Kangaskhan, it just gets fucking seismic tossed, which isn't that good. Like it's good, but like not great.
Yeah,
He was pleading to get Arceus normal unbanned. He even went so far as to offer very questionable things in exchange, but naturally
and you
we
did
had to
take
deny
them,
that.
but we lied to him and didn't give
Yeah,
him. Yeah,
which it's Eric. If you know him, you know he probably
Yeah,
deserved it.
yeah, he
just for
deserves it.
clarification, Eric and Psyguy know each other IRL.
Yeah, yeah, they are fuck buddies. Anyways, moving on to 15th place, we have Brett. Not a name you expect to see this low, but he randomized 90% of his team completely, which is the only reason he's even allowed in low division. And
Oh shit! I thought he did so bad last season in high division. We knocked him down to
that
low.
happened
Whoop.
too, yeah. That definitely
I think
did
he got
happen.
like ninth place in high division last season, so naturally we had to knock him down
Yeah,
to
if
low
you're not in
division.
top 8 of high division, you go straight to low. That's how it works.
Yeah,
Honestly, if you're not in top 3 of
and
high division.
overall, though, this team was a randomized team. He randomized all of his mons with a AI bot generator thing and ended up with the 15th worst team
Yeah,
on our run.
this is the same thing with the last one. You didn't try to build. I'm not gonna try to give advice. It's pretty obvious why it's bad. It's missing so many things, but you weren't trying to make a good team, so it's
The
expected.
water is a fucking polyrath. Like,
And a
let's
Raquinid.
move on.
And a Raquinid.
Oh yeah, okay, there's a record. Didn't see the record.
He's
Hold
got
on,
two
this team might be
water,
good.
two grass, two psychic, Licky
Wait, is
Licky,
he?
which is goaded.
Did we just not let him Terra the Zarude, or was he locked into Gothitelle
He
or
chose to
something?
choose Gothitelle over Zarude, which
Damn.
eh, I respect it. I feel like he's still gonna. He's by far the best skilled player. We'll see if he can pull through even with this bad of a
Yeah,
team.
he's already.
He's gonna
I
win
don't
the
know
whole
if we're allowed.
division.
I don't know if we're allowed to go into spoiler, but he is already one up
He is. So are quite a few people. But moving on
with
to
maybe one or two impactful flinches from Genesect. But
yeah, yeah. But moving on to 14th, we have our first real team. I'd say someone who tried likely. Um, Celestial. I like this a little more than Psy and Fruital, as well as same with Block. But overall, we just kind of still agree this team's quite bad. Your fastest mine is a your fastest mine is a main net trick. Like that's 105. After that, you have two 100s. That is not good speed control. That's absolutely horrible, especially in Ubers. But even for standard, this would be a bottom tier team. Your defense isn't the stall levels needed to make it work either, like we'll be seeing later. So, and yeah, don't even have webs or a spinner to help you
this
out.
team might be a classic example of one of my favorite catchphrases in draft. Nice dark resist, buddy.
Yeah, there's
Nice
also
fucking dark resist.
also no dark. You're just missing so many essential things, basically.
Top a very poor hazard removal as well.
Yeah, yeah. If you're
Fucking
removing
Terra
hazards, you're removing
Clodsire.
both sides of your hazards. Clodsire is your only Terra Captain. It's just lots of problems.
Yeah.
But like you have two solid to good, like two great Ubers, and your first three are very good. The, the the next three are still like depends on who you ask, but at worst they're okay. And then Porygon, Aegis/Manectric
I
are.
would not do both Gardevoir and Victini, but
I
yeah.
do agree with that. I don't think you want both. They're both 100 speed psychic types.
Yeah, they kind of do similar things.
Both are pretty good at stall breaking to an extent. One's a lot better.
And again, like I cannot stress enough, your fastest mon is 105 speed
Your
Manectric.
fastest mon
and
is
basically
Manectric. That's not good.
not coming to most games, and if it is, then
That you have
it's
your own
just
problems
not
there.
really, doing what you need for that 6th move slot.
But moving on to 13th, we
Overall,
have
though, this team. Sorry.
oh yeah. Moving on to 13th, we have Pidgey, which
The end. Free kid name.
yeah, the end slash Pidgey slash. What else did he go by? Probably something else, right?
Pidgey VGC.
My notes have what the fuck is this Trick Room Psyspam mix with no dark, no water resist, no fairy resist, one steel resist. Somehow you're steel weak and your speed tiers are fine, but it's just a hyper offense team. Like you have no defensive capabilities in the slightest. It's enough to cheese out a win or two.
He does have bulky mons, but they're not necessarily like.
He has two bulky
Oh,
mons
Yes.
and then
they're just
Audino
bulky
Mesprit.
mons. Yeah, this is a very strange team. Out of all the teams that were entered, this is
There's
definitely
zero
one of the
defensive
most
backbone.
unbalanced.
He's just going to try and win
This is-
before he loses.
Yeah,
This is a team. It might be controversial in saying that, but this is a team.
Yeah,
that is true.
it's Freetle does have it above
Anyway,
It has a
everyone else,
crazy
which
amount of offense on it. It has good hazards. Removal is essentially
no,
non-existent.
he has a spinner. He has a
Defog on Halucha and Rapid
defog.
Spin on
Yeah, he also has Magic Bounce,
Magic
Mega
Bounce is the deterrent.
ENC, which is usable to an extent, but definitely think Regieleki is good removal unless you're up against literally Golurk or Rodriguez or Palossand. Otherwise, it's great
I mean,
removal.
I don't know. My issue with Regieleki, though, is it's still pretty frail. It's pretty frail. You're
Yeah, but it's
removing
getting
and
the
then
spin off.
You're getting removed.
But the thing is, if something's setting up rocks into this team, they're likely dying to do so.
Yeah, that is true.
We've also
Any
got the-
turn wasted
got
into
the
this team,
DNC.
you are getting hit very
It's
Yeah.
hard.
something.
You do have the DNC, which isn't. It could maybe work, but like, it's pretty clear why
Also, this
this
team
is
doesn't
just
give a
not good
shit.
on paper.
I could see him
Team
making
doesn't
it
give a
work,
shit
but
about
as far as
just going
teams
up.
go,
It's just
this
No,
team
it does.
because it's
It
just
does.
very
Sash
good.
Poltergeist or Sash
True.
Poltergeist is
Gives us-
huge. Sash Deoxys
Yeah,
attack.
Sash
Both of those like to
it's just
Sash
Sash.
to pull up 2 kills. Yeah, it's Sash, which is very big for hyper offense.
True.
Um,
Yeah, the reason I have this higher than you all is probably because I don't respect the Necrozma players enough to be able to play around this.
That's fair. That's one of the reasons we have a certain.
I
other
think
team
someone's
a
just
lot
gonna
higher.
get pulled up. I think someone's gonna get pulled up on by DOA and just lose. Or
Yeah,
Cali Ice. Either one.
maybe like a number
I definitely
16.
see this team pulling wins in the division, if maybe making playoffs just because of the skill level. But
Yeah.
it's just
This
a
is definitely one of
very,
those
very
players that
unbalanced
he's a
team.
very good player. He doesn't build very good draft teams on average. But he's a very good
We'll see
player.
how it works
We'll
out.
see him do fine.
I'm rooting for this one
So-
personally.
On to number 12, we have Jace T, which
The Terra Blastoise.
my notes are pretty simple in very poor Uber choices. It's Dialga and Arceus Bug. That is not very standout. The speed tiers are nice.
Yeah.
The team's just fine, other than your Ubers are
It's
very
just the
mid.
Uber choice thing. A lot of games, it's going to be your win con's going to be Spectrier as opposed to your other Ubers.
Like, it's just you're going up
Air-
against people
air
who have
captains are
things
okay.
like a Mega Mewtwo and then a high tier Arceus, and then both of your Ubers are worse than their like third best Uber.
Yeah. Overall, the team's actually kind of it has like a nice balance to it. It's
Yeah,
got
it covers everything it
it's
needs.
got good removal. It's got deterrent to get rid, of hazards with the magic bounce. It's got very good pivot. It's just the Ubers
Yeah,
are just
it
kind of
has
lacking.
everything it needs on paper. It's just missing the good Ubers for an Uber league.
Yeah, even the speed tier is actually pretty good too. You have Spectre, then Arceus Bug at 120, and Infernape just under that. Again, the main issue with this team and why it's rated so low is because just your Ubers themselves are not very hard hitting Ubers.
Relying on Dialga to be all of your offense isn't great. Or not all of your offense,
Yeah.
of course. You have Drill, you have Infernape, but they're going up against,
Yeah,
like...
fucking Spectre.
How are you
the
breaking
whole
good
Spectre.
Arceus? How are you breaking Arc Fairy, who, like... no, you have
Dialga.
Loki. Arc Fairy's not a good call. That's my bad.
So Dialga.
Could also hit it.
How are you
With
breaking
the-
Arc
with the
Dark?
two shield
Arc Dark with a good
Infernape
fighting check.
and Bug.
I don't think it's that hard to have a good fighting check.
Arceus Bug though.
Yeah, for Arc Dark would be Arceus Bug.
Okay, you guys want to move this up then?
No, this is where it is. I mean, if you see, it probably would be a little bit higher, but the average is what set it where it is. If you look at the actual average stats next to it, overall, this team isn't bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just lacking for Ubers.
Yeah, you're just lacking
the
good
Ubers
Ubers.
themselves
You
are
have
lacking.
decent Uber. You have a like round 3 Uber as your round 1 Uber, or at least a
Yeah.
late round 2 Uber as your round 1 Uber, which is not my favorite thing, and what really hurts this team that otherwise looks very fine.
Yeah.
So moving on to 11, we have our mod Block.
The New England Naganadels.
Simply put, your ground type is Paldean Wooper. Your hazards are Paldean Wooper or Mega Metagross, who does not want to click rocks. And, like, you need more utility on this team. It's just bulky pivots and then some decent breakers, I guess. There's no setup sweeper besides Quavel. I guess Thundy T can do Nasty Plot.
Yeah. Again, his
It's a decent team, but I have written down it could need a Scarfer every week, plus both. Yeah, you need to bring both Shaman.
Oh no, it definitely.
You need to bring
Scarfer every week.
Yeah, you have to every week. You have to bring Shaman, Mega Metagross, and a Scarf, either Xerneas or Thundurus, or both, which is very limiting on what you're bringing.
And then again, your ground type is non-existent. I mean, you do have the electric immunity with Thundurus T going on for you, but still, you have no hazards either. Again, your only hazards are Paldean Wooper or Rock Sun Mega Metagross, which you're not wanting to run Rock Sun Mega Metagross ever, really.
Yeah.
The speed tiers are off too. I mean, your fastest mon is Shaman Sky, and then the drop after that is Mega Metagross, I believe. I forget. I think
that's reasonable.
Skyman into Metagross. I mean, it is, but it's also your only mon faster than Arceus being Skyman. I don't love that.
No. Oh wait, it's Skyman into Mega Meta into Thundy into Xerneas into.
Yeah. I just don't love that. I don't love that with so many Arceus in the league. I think you should have a better Arceus check than Shaman. Oh, speed.
Pokemon beats them all because he's the GOAT. I would consider this.
Oh, okay. We'll see how that works. But yeah, we actually agreed quite well. We're like 12 and 11. We were pretty agreement on his team. Yeah. So moving on to 10, we have Only Cole, which again we're in pretty decent agreement here. Oh yeah, his name is actually Colossal Chaos. My bad, gang. But
no, he's actually Saul Chaos. I was just improvising.
Yeah. Very interesting. I have written down. I don't know why Megalopony is here. Otherwise, it looks like a fine team with decent bulk in your defensive core. And also, your Terra Captain should 1000% be Greninja over Treads. Why is Treads the Terra Captain? It's Greninja is so much better.
It really does not need it when you have Greninja available right there.
You can either you have two of the best Natex Terra Captains in my opinion in the Burn Up Moltres or the Greninja. And you've got Treads, Volbeat, H-Strode.
Yeah, it's very interesting Terra choices. I also would say this team is very, very Edgequake weak. Like, so any, like, good Edgequake mon, which I don't think there's that many, but just something I noticed compared to most teams. And my last thing was, oh yeah, other than Marsh and I guess Megalopony, you kind of lack sheer power. Like, Greninja tends to need things chipped down. Marshadow is obviously power, Lopunny as well, but those two do the same thing. Your best special power is Moltres, or I guess H Electrode, he needs things way
No,
chipped down. He's not power. He's
he's
fast.
he's fucking 80.
Yeah, he's weak as fuck.
He's not
You're missing your
powerful by any
special
means.
breaker. I would say like Life Orb Clefable question mark.
Yeah. Or
I
just
mean,
getting the
if it was
battle bond off with Grin.
If it was
But
the
pre-battle
Terra
bond, you
Moltres,
don't
I'd say
really have
that could work.
any.
If it was Terra Moltres, I'd say that could work as a special breaker because it just fucking burn up bullshit. But
Even then, I
You
think
don't have
Moltres
that.
is like a key defensive part of his team. I don't know if he can afford to do offensive too much.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the team has very good pivot. I would like to point it has excellent pivot on this team. The hazards are not really great. I mean, you have Stealth Rock on
He
Iron
has his
Treads and
rocks.
Spike
He has double
Ninja.
rocks and a spike option. No spin block. No,
Oh,
actually,
who's-
he does have a spin blocker. My bad.
No,
He has Marshadow.
Oh yeah, Clefable. Clefable gets rocks too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. His hazards are fine.
Yeah,
Not
they're okay.
amazing, but they're fine.
The pivot is very good. This team has excellent pivot capabilities, with just almost every mon having a option to be able to move to another
Yeah.
mon.
I think literally
Yeah.
every.
Mhm.
Other than Marshadow, literally every, right? So Galio gets teleport.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Teleport, U-turn, volt switch, U-turn, teleport, U-turn, volt switch. Yeah, everything
it's
but Marshadow.
every one of them, if you include eject.
The Jetpack CC and Elite when Marshadow loves running low kick and Ubers.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah,
moving on.
trust.
This
I
is
can definitely see this team. I can see this team working very well in this division. But again, it just runs into the issue you were saying where they have no special attacker really. As outside of like getting a battle bond up, you don't really have that special breaking power.
Yeah. Next up, we have one of our most split opinion team. Number 9, we have XFizz, where we have a 3.4 point difference between Psy and R10 that ends him up at 9. You want to talk about why you like it before I go through my notes?
I think this team is very nice. It has very good removal, good hazards. It's a sun team without mons that really need sun. The both Fluttermane and Roaring Moon can both operate very functionally outside of sun. Tornadus T can benefit from the sun with things like Weather Ball and Terra typing, on top of still not really needing it. Cinderace is, just that fire mon that's going to take advantage of the sun. He does have, I guess, one of the only issues we ran into with this team is the removals. I mean, actually, the removal's not even really bad either, though. He has defog on Tornadus, which is like one of the best mons
Yeah.
for that, and then Rapid Spin Coal.
It's Terratron though. Terratron doesn't want to be the guy defogging.
Yeah.
Well, he's also got Rapid Spin on Torkoal if he needs it, which he probably will have.
My
if
problems
he's
with this
running
team
Torkoal
come with
games,
his
Rapid
only
Spin.
rock resist has a quad weakness, which I don't love. So any like good, and I feel like you just trailblaze on a rock type. I don't know if there's anyone with that, or like didn't someone pick up Arc Rock, or am I misremembering the division?
I don't think in this division, but I'm not sure.
But like, if anyone has a good rock
out about the
mon,
video.
it's very rough as well. I think the team's fine on paper. It's just outside of those top 3 plus Torn on Sun, which means you're running Bleak Wind, which is weaker. I don't think it's that good. The defensive core isn't bad per se. Tank growth hurt, but I think it's abusable. And I feel like you could definitely use this team well, but I feel like it might fall off in practice. And if I had to recommend one thing, get rid of Cinderace. What the fuck's it doing here? It's the same speed as Roaring Moon. It's not removal. That's the fakest removal in the world. It's not really utility on a team like this.
See, I see Cinderace on this team as just a Firemon spamming fire moves in Sun.
I'd also like to say
but
you
you
have no
don't need
flying
it.
resist. Also, Yeah, no
That
flying
was
resist.
something we looked at. You do have no
They don't
flying
have a
resist
ste-
at
Yeah,
all.
they just don't have a steal. Like that
Yeah,
kind of
steel would
not
be
great.
really nice on this
No
team.
steel, no rock, no electric. But the top 3 are good enough, it'll probably carry you through a few fights.
I'm
Moving
rooting for this team.
next, we have, ironically, another Sun team. But, before we get into this, I need to say, please don't use your 28-point Groudon as a utility Sunmon every week. This is a 150 attack Mon with Edgequake, a second stab, and with fire moves. You have Rock Polish to make up for your low speed. Please do not use Mono Utility Groudon, for the love of God. Anyways, with that said, we can get into the actual team, which you have no ghost with your hazards. You have like good hazards. Like if you do use Groudon for spikes, you have very good spiker. You have some decent rocks, but no ghost to spin block them. So or to spin block, meaning they kind of just can be spun away very easily. Um, your speed tiers are kind of mid, but I do very much so fuck with the pseudo sun team that doesn't need sun.
I do like the Arceus Fire Groudon pairing. I think that'll
Yeah,
definitely
just a
cook.
sun duo that doesn't need sun. Raging Bolt as well, Terra.
Yeah. And then even your other mons. The random snow is weird, but I do get it. I do get it for the purpose of deterring people from abusing your sun and also just getting up screens, changing weather, and then
Yeah,
switching
I
around
don't
back and
love
forth
A9
between the two
tails,
of
but
them.
that's about it. I'd also
It is
say
a
I
little
wish you had another
misplaced
ghost
on this
check. I wish,
team.
or a ghost check in general. You have no dark, you have no normal. You're very rough against ghosts.
Also, no
What is the
rapid spinner.
Lugia
You only
doing
have
here?
Lugia, yeah,
literally
Lugia is
Lugia
weird.
wanting.
It's a random defensive mon slapped on your like balance offense team.
Yeah, it's definitely off here. And it is also like your really only hazard removal is Lugia. I mean, you could run defog on Arceus Fire, but I feel like on this team you're going to want to be on offensive Arceus most weeks, especially with Groudon. It seems like you're running him in
Yeah,
a
I don't think you
defensive
really
role
run
more.
Arc Fire defensively. I think you do SD or DD, Flare Blitz
Yeah,
in Sun as well. That's gonna go crazy. But
yeah. But then that just leaves you with only Lugia as your hazard removal,
sadly, the
which isn't
person
bad by
that
any
liked your
means.
team the most is not here. But other than that, we kind of all agreed
Oh,
around
I
this
guess
8
Napoleon.
position. Yeah, he has
I guess
Napoleon
Napoleon
Defog.
did
I wish he had a
defog
spinner.
too.
As I said, I think
Yeah,
a spinner will help this team a lot.
a spinner would be really
Maybe
nice
over
on this
Lycanroc
team.
Knight and change Aloe 9 to like a different fairy. I think I'd like this team a lot more.
Overall, though, it's not a bad team. It is a very interesting Sun team, and we are hoping to see this team cook.
Moving on, we have. Oh, this is funny. Freetle loves this team. Psyguy hates this team. Me and Black are pretty indifferent. I think
Hate is a very strong word.
it's a very I fuck with the team. I fuck with it a lot. All the way down to Suicune. Once you hit Virizion, Regirock, Entei, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You could have much better Terra Captains,
Okay,
better Mons down
I
there.
think I'm pretty sure those three is just sticking with the bit of going mono legendary.
I dead
I don't
ass
know why.
didn't realize
that.
this is Mono Legendary. I fuck with that actually.
I see. I see. I do see that.
Because I don't think of Ting Lu as a legendary for some reason. He's just a fat fuck.
No, he's.
I think that's what it came down
probably-
to why I didn't really realize it. That's funny. Okay, I fuck with your team now. I mean, yeah, I stand by the problems. You could have much better than those
I
three.
think
The
I think
Terra
change.
Captains are really where this team
I think
falls
put a
off.
Terra on Entei or like Team
Yeah.
Lugia probably.
Definitely Terra your Entei, I'd say. As well, what do I
Yeah.
have? I feel like you'd love a Wishmon if you could find a way to fit it, which I don't think you can, but I think in general this team would really love a Wishmon, and its speed tiers aren't great, but it has enough fat that it should be fine. Oh, also,
one
you
thing
need a
about
fairy.
this
You
team
have
is
no fairies.
It is. Yeah, no fairies, but
Right.
also this team is
Okay, you
very
need
bulky.
to.
But like Hades had said earlier, it just really would love a Wishmon on a team like this.
I have written at the end,
Your
it's
removal-
so close to a top tier team. Those few things I mentioned, like change one of those and it goes up like 3 places. Change 2 of them, it's like first or something.
Your hazards are good. Your removal's good. You don't have a grounded poison, which kind
No
of
spin
hurts
blocker,
you.
but you pull Terra, I guess.
Or spin blocker, yeah. Your
I fuck
speed
with it.
tiers aren't bad.
Yeah, I
We
think
do like seeing them
this is
on
solid.
faster than Arceus. In
But
this sense,
we need
Arceus is your fastest one.
this team needs Pheasantipity, but otherwise not bad.
You know what? Actually, Pheasantipity helps this team. That's
You
so
know,
true.
Pheasantipity is
This team
technically a
needs Pheasantipity.
Why does
Pheasantipity
this
is
team
also
actually need
technically
Pheasantipity? Get the fuck out of here, Entei
it's also
Verizian.
it's
Is
also
Pheasantipity
technically
available on
legendary.
Necrozma?
Pheasantipity
Probably
is a
not.
legendary
I doubt
Pokemon.
it.
I think it is considered one. I'm not sure though.
I think
It's a
Pheasantipity
legendary
is
Pokemon.
ticket. Who?
It's a legendary Pokemon.
Who is?
Pheasantipity.
Yeah, it is.
Pheasantipity.
It is.
Team. Yeah.
Wait, I don't.
Pheasantipity is available.
Yeah, I see Pheasantipity. Fix a quiz. Grab that Fez, dude. We believe in you.
Picking him now, telling him get Pheasantipity.
Get Pheasantipity. Get Pheasantipity. Yeah,
Surely he'll watch the PRs.
I genuinely,
and
I do
listen
like the
to our
team.
advice.
Anyways, moving on to 6th, we have Gumby, which is very split opinions. We have no one agrees. I have it at 6, Psy has it at 2, Black has it at 5, and Freetle at 8. Freetle, why do you not like this team?
What was this one? Oh yeah.
The best team.
I have written down would like a second ground check, but as what? Oh
I
yeah,
think there was one
second ground
specific
check and
thing I
more
noticed with
removal.
this team.
I think you need
that-
better removal than 5-point Colossal and Defog Thunderous, especially
Those
since you have
first
no
five-
grounded poison.
Okay, so those bottom 3 aren't fucking Pokemon. They're ass. They're
Well, Quagsire is
almost
usable.
unbreakable.
Quagsire is usable in Ubers.
I
with
don't
its-
like Quag.
In Ubers though, it has that niche to stop that setup
It's
sweepers.
niche.
It would definitely
It's
like
just
Terra the
eating-
Quag over
It
Linoon.
can't.
Maybe, if you
Okay,
had
it
the
doesn't
coin.
even wall like death or special sweepers
No,
because
no,
it
just
just gets
physical.
fucking
Just
nuked
physical.
anyway.
Only physical.
And
That's
that's
very true.
It's so fucking niche.
But
like,
his top 5 are
Terra
great.
Pole isn't broke. I like that. Top 5 are fine, but they're not.
I'd say they're great.
They're great. They're good.
I thought his top
Top
5
5
were
is
really
one of my
good.
favorite top
Colossal-
5 I've seen.
Colossal is also
But,
a very
like-
good Terra captain. Goldango
Like, you're
also
looking at
really like Terra.
Thunderous as your ground check. You're looking at Quagsire and Curumlight as your electric switches. Like, these are not good switches to these
Especially
hits.
in HP
They're
legal.
not mons you want to be doing this.
Well, Kyurem's not bad.
Like-
but then you need like
yeah,
boots if they
it's
get
not
hazard.
bad
removed.
on its own, but
When you don't have good hazard
the
removal.
removal is dog shit.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you need to drop Zoroark Linoon into better support mons. Maybe Quagsire,
Yeah.
but
Like, with the weakness of those bottom 4 just doesn't let the top 5 do what they want. Because, like, fucking Mega Manetric's gonna pull up to this team, and Curumlight's gonna have to switch it on rocks because their Colossal isn't able to remove.
if their Quagsire
Like-
their Quagsire risks coming in on an HP grass.
Yeah.
But like if he just plays hyper offense, I think he could maybe do it, but I don't love being locked into that playstyle. Especially when you have bulk options in Goldengo Arc Fairy.
Yeah, and also, like, Scarfers, his only real Scarf option is Goldengo because his removal's so shit.
Curumlight's a good Scarf
Yeah,
on.
Kieran is a good Scarfer if you're
They're good Scarf
bringing
mons,
cold.
but you can't switch them in if there's rocks on the field. And
Mm,
Colossal is not that consistent a remover.
yeah, he's good. It's just not great.
you need
He's
to-
5 points for a reason. There's a reason he's not 10 or
He's
something.
he is
Yeah.
he is a very underrated Terra captain.
Yes.
I will say about.
He's
Colossal.
not an underrated Terra captain. There's a reason he has the
He's not
tax
underrated.
where he is. People know he's good.
He is. I agree. Cole is good, but it means you can't turn Goldengo, and that makes the team on the top 5 overall worse. Like, it is just those bottom
Yeah,
4
that is
drag
true
it
because
down
you are
so much.
forced to do pretty much those top 5 every game, and then you're picking from one of the bottom 4. And let's face it, it's most likely
And-
Colossal every game. I feel like the bottom 3 aren't really going to see many.
I
Games at all
think you
this
need to
season.
remove Zoroark Linoon and fix up some of the other holes in the team using those.
And if there's like a
points.
game where like Thunders or something is just genuinely complete ass, you're cooked. Like it's Jover at that point.
I don't think any of the top 4 will ever have a matchup they're not bringable, which is a good thing.
No, for sure.
But Thunderous, I
Pure
could
Light, I
see.
could see it happening, but
I don't know. Even worst case, just slap a scarf on it and pick up 1 kill, or force them, or like specs or
yeah,
something,
I guess.
or go mixed into stall. Like it'll be fine. But like the
I
team's
personally-
fine.
I
I'm not
personally
hating
I
on
don't
this
like
team
it.
that much. Like I
don't
like
like
its
it that
placement.
much.
Top 6. This is the top half.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, one of my favorite teams. I rated it second.
We
I thought
all
the
agree.
speed tier was
At worst,
excellent.
it's top half, which isn't bad.
Yeah, I thought the speed tier was excellent on this team. The removal's decent. The removal could be better, but just the offense that the team has with
not
those
called
first 5
mono
mons was
decent.
crazy.
He has Thunderous,
But,
but that's
yeah.
not great.
I think
That
you're
is
sleeping on Colossal Terra. It is a very
No,
good removal.
I would
mon.
never sleep on Terracol.
We know it's
I've never seen
good.
a
We're
Terracol.
just being realistic instead of your fantasy world.
Like,
but
a
I
single
like his
ghost
team.
type appears in
As I said, I think it's
A
6th.
single ghost type
6th is
appears
not
in
bad.
Terracol.
Yeah, it doesn't really break past ghosts. That's very true. But moving on to 5th, we have our stall team with very split opinions. And hang on, let me just read out my notes completely. Well, you're here solely to make us regret legalizing Terra Shedinja, and in the div, it'll work best in. This team is very good for a stall team. It has problems being what stall struggles with in draft in general, but like it's good as draft stall specifically. Especially with typically banned stall piece Shedinja to just blanket check a lot of mons, who now that's been grabbed will be banned because we had a little bet. We said we're gonna place Shedinja way overpriced and lower it 1 point every season until someone grabs it and see where it gets grabbed. And I guess 17's where it's gonna be grabbed.
Got it.
But it's lame, so it'll never be legal again. Elbows though. But really, it's just a matchup fish and a skill check in low div. Skill check in low div. Don't love that.
So this is a stall team. That is my main issue with it. Is it's a stall team because let's be real, fuck stall. Your speed tier is it's a stall team speed tier. Everybody
Oh,
on
they're
this team
horrible.
is slow and fat as fuck.
He has
except for
guaranteed Arc Dark 120, and then it's what Giratina
No, I know,
95 or
it's
something.
I know.
Giratina Gliscor.
The survivability of this team is off the charts. You have excellent hazards. You have very good removal. You have magic bounce as a deterrent. You have everything that a stall team wants because you are a stall team.
Every single mon's bringable, I would like to say, which is very nice.
That is true.
Any notes, Freetle?
Freetle, do you have anything you have to say about why you're putting this stall team so high?
I think it's very good by draft stall standards, and with
Am I crazy in saying I think without Shedinja, it falls apart a good amount? Not completely.
Imagine seeing a stall.
I think it's
Not
still
really.
very good, but
not really because you can tear the Gliscor, and that guy is fucking absurd.
yeah.
That just believes something.
But it is
So I think,
draft stall, which has
by the
some
way,
problems.
Draft stall has its problems, but I think in low skill.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
there's a
it's
high skill player who
much
makes
better.
it work at high standards. So if they're
Like,
able to
I
do
think,
that,
I think here's the thing. I think this team is gonna get fucking washed by Brett. Everyone else is gonna struggle.
I don't know about that. Brett's team's very bad. He might not even have the pieces to do it.
True.
It's crazy. We got a stall team in 5th place on PRs before GTA 6. It's actually wild.
In low div, like if this is a good player, I think they go all the way.
Yeah, but we're not taking the division into factor when we're.
I mean, low
ranking
key,
the
a little,
teams.
not that much.
I mean, okay.
I definitely think this team is going to be very high. It's going to do very well. I think this team will make playoffs no problem, especially given the div. It is a very good stall team.
Yeah, that's all we really have to say. So going on to 4th, we have 3 people saying 4, and then Freetle didn't like the team quite as much as us, but he still liked it. What do I have as a note? Very solid top team with a very great top 5. Those top 5 are very nice, and then very usable bottoms besides Golem. Wish you had better Terra Captains. I wish you had a Grounded Poison, and I think that's about it, really. That's like it for my problems. But I love those top 4 even, and Great Tusk as well. Yeah, top 5. Clean.
My main
Yeah,
issue is just the grounded poison
overall, this
thing.
team is very good. This is a very good team. I think the only thing it's missing, as they said, was a grounded poison.
Which
Hazards are very
you
good.
could probably
Hazard
change Golem
removal is
to.
very good.
We have to have put a Grounded Poison down there, surely. I refuse to believe we don't have a Grounded Poison. That's 1 point and
There's probably like
semi-usable.
a fucking dog shit one, but there's like gloom.
Yeah, I think we moved Swalot to like 2 or 3, so there's not that.
Maybe that's the go right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you could fit in a Grounded Poison, but I think you want one, so you don't have to spin or have to defog with Rotom Wash. So our grass
Ariados.
and Mewtwo don't get poison.
Fucking go usable non Ariados.
Then change Rabombi to a better fairy, maybe? Low key?
Yeah. Also,
like,
I
the
think
team's fine.
another issue I had was only Ghost Dancer was the fucking obstacle.
Yeah.
And that's getting popped by an HP fighting.
I don't think it is. That's still 60 base power. I feel like if you slap an AV on it, it's kind of fine for 1 or 2 switch-ins. Which
Yeah,
I
he's
know
got
you want to
decent
switch in
power.
more than that. But your Terra Captains aren't good enough to cover. Like, they're offensive or dog shit, which is not great to cover your, pretty ghost weakness.
It should be Terra Tusk.
Yeah, if you could
Terra
Terra
Tusk,
Tusk, that would be nice.
I'd put this team
Terra
like
Tusk would be very nice on
I'd
this
probably
team.
put this team to 4-3 if it was Terra Tusk.
So where everyone
Because
else is.
that guy's just fucking goated.
But going into our top 3, we have in third, Jelly Aura, where 2 5s, 2 3s, and we evened out to 4, but that's enough for third. So,
That is kind of funny.
very good team. I said it has everything covered. I'd like more speed, and its bulk is weirdly lacking to me outside of Yveltal, Arc Electric, and like Heatran. Delmise is usable, but like it's hard. I can't really explain why I don't like it. It's just very.
I
So
think
the
the bulk
speed
is
itself
fine.
on this team is actually pretty good. He's got good coverage.
It's a lot of mons I don't
not
like, which is definitely
terrible.
hurting it. Like I'm fine with Dragon Ball. I don't love it. I don't like Azumarill that much. I don't love fucking. I don't love Delmize's. I mean, I like him, but I feel like whenever I try using him, he has his problems. I do not like Landorus Incarnate that much. I know it's good though.
He does have it as Terra for what it's worth, so that does kind of cover that typical
Yeah.
Landorus problem. I could see this team doing very well if played right. I think my biggest issue
Yeah, I
with
mean,
it is
I still
just
love it. I
Azure
think it's a great
removal is
team.
not great. But every mon on this team is usable, minus like Azumarill is kind of predictable. Arbok,
No, I will even
it's a
say
one.
that. It has AV, it has Choice Band, it has Belly Drum. Like, it has 3 sets.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
more than some mons. That's probably the least on this team specifically, but in general, that's more than good. Well, it's more than
not
Delmise.
great. It's not great. It's not great as a fairy mon, as your only fairy.
Yeah,
Azumarill.
It's fine.
I think
It's
it's
fine.
fine.
I think
It's
Azu
not
is.
really key.
I've made Azu work before.
You could
I think
definitely
it
make
is a
Azu work.
perfectly fine Pokemon.
Overall, though, this is a very good team in my opinion. I really
Yeah,
like this
I like
team.
it. I fuck with it. Double Poison's funny. Stealing the best, the only usable 1 point grounded poison is very funny. Sniping that from anyone else.
There's Ariados.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
Ariados twice.
yeah. But coming in second.
It's a Viper.
At second, we have whoa. Who made this team? I bet they're absolutely goated.
I bet they
Put this
suck.
team in one. I do
I
not
bet they-
remember putting this team in
I
first.
bet they lose in the finals of their shitter team tour to a random guy in Ubers. I bet they do that.
Yeah, I bet whoever built this is like very unlucky. But
Yeah,
this
They
is
probably also
bet
lost
whoever- I bet whoever built this is on a team that went like 1 and 23 in a team tour for like 3 weeks.
That may have happened. Anyways, my notes on this. Mega Mewtwo Y plus Arc Fighting is very great offensive core, and then you have amazing pivot spam between Tentacruel, Mandibuzz, Magearna, Shocks, Null, like so much pivot spam. And I think my biggest problems would like more offense and a bit more offense and a better electric check. But overall, I like the team I made. Shocker. Who would have thought? I like the team I built to my liking. Like I'm gonna get with Dimster and help him learn how to pilot it a bit better, but like I think it's a very good team.
This is a very good team as well. Speed tier is very good. Hazard removal is excellent. Pivot's good. The type chart's very good. He has bulk where he wants. He has very bulky mons to, be bulky and take
I will
hits.
say I
and
wish
then
the
he has
ground
very
type was better, but that's you
Yeah.
still have Giratina to check other electrics, so like you're not
Yeah.
totally washed.
The bottom two Terra captains are kind of.
I do gotta ask, why do how much what makes you put it in 5th compared to how much everyone else seems to like it, Freetle?
I think this team is gonna have an annoying time figuring out after it's 4 Ubers which 2 mods does it bring.
That's
Because
fair.
I think it's forced into a position where it needs like 3 of those mons at least for a game. It needs hazards off of Shocks. It needs removal off of Tenta or Mandibuzz. It needs a dark type. It needs a poison. It needs.
I think a lot of games he's only going to be running.
Well,
3
it
of
seems
his
like
4
you bring.
Ubers.
Yeah, you could
Also-
bench
also,
one of your Ubers. That's possible.
Also, your
Magmortar or
physical
Masquerain aren't
is-
coming unless you have a really good web.
Physical offense is questionable.
I mean, he has Side Strike from Mega Mewtwo Y, and then it's Giratina.
I mean, that
Fighting.
Body
Yeah,
Press Arc
no,
Fighting,
no.
that's about it. It's not great. I
what is
will
he
agree.
fucking doing?
Yeah, he doesn't really have a physical offensive stat at all, like you were saying. It would be Side Strike Mewtwo or pretty much every mon on this team's a special mon.
I mean, Arc Fighting can be either, but it definitely prefers
What,
special.
what physical fighting moves does they get?
I know it gets
Superpower?
Body Press. It probably gets
Body
something
He
else.
just does body press.
I know
It
he
might have-
ran Body Press, and it did way more than I was expecting when I watched that game. I was like, what the
I mean,
fuck?
122 times stab, yeah. Overall, this is a very good team.
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember rating it 1 though, but I guess
You
it's
did.
first place.
And
I did.
in first, we have Goth Girl Spit. 3 of us put this
With the
first,
Boston
and
Celtics.
Psyguy hates the team, despises it. He has it in 3rd. This is easily
Yeah.
my favorite team. It covers all of its weaknesses very well. Like, Mega Camel is your only electric immune, is fine. You have Bulu, you have Eternatus to, like, come in, and you still have Camel if you need the immunity. Plus, you can Terra Jirachi or Bulu if you really need to. My biggest problem, only removal defuct. That has to be it. But I think you can definitely make that work. I've made it work.
And I think it's fine because this team isn't reliant on hazards.
Yeah, it's not. It does not even really set hazards that much. Maybe T-Spike.
It's got-
The only mon that
I mean, it's got a
is
consistent.
Jirachi and
It's got a
Jirachi.
consistent rocker in Jirachi, like one of the most consistent rockers, but it doesn't rely on it.
Yeah, Jirachi,
Yeah.
Camel up if you bring it. That's about it though. Arc Water,
He's
I
got
guess,
web.
but I don't think you really want to do
Web.
rocks on your Arc Water.
They got webs on Leaveni too.
Like I
Again,
I
think
really
my
fuck with
biggest
this team.
issue is if you're trying to set hazards, if you get hazards set on you, you're going to be forced to remove your own hazards with the
Like,
debuff.
he doesn't
since
care
you have
about
that.
removing his own hazards.
I know. Well, if he sets up
This
something
team-
like webs or starts getting
This team
rocks up,
isn't going to be using webs that much.
Yeah, Leavani's just
No,
there because he had
that-
2 points. He
very
might as well
fast.
spend them.
This
Like-
team's got 2 mon faster than Arceus, and then Arceus itself, the 120
Also,
speed.
Eternatus is kind of just cracked, and then Eternatus Arc Water is a broken defensive offensive core. They're both stupid bulky. They're both stupid strong. Like how I don't know how you have 2 mons that do both with good defensive typings, but that cover each other's weaknesses. I think those 2 alone should win games.
Yeah. No, that is a very, very good. Even to the Zamazenta, the first three are
Oh
just
yeah, Zama.
insanely
I love
useful
Zama.
now.
Zama Hero is like one of my favorite low tier Ubers.
Incineroar, Zapdos are very nice. Followed after that, your Terra Captains are both usable and good. Mega Camerups, I don't know. I think he's very fraudulent, but
I mean, I think
I don't know. Mega Camel's the goat.
yeah, I
Let's
think Camel's genuinely good for his price. He's 4 points and he hits harder than
for being
most
cheap
10
as
points.
shit. For being cheap as shit, he is great.
yeah, just got to get your,
Yeah.
make sure you're coming into something that's
You
not
need to
gonna
be able
hit
to
power
scout
water.
out HP water, and you
This team
should be
has
able to live 1 HP water from most things that aren't like specs.
This team
I
has
would
great
think so.
bulky. This team also has great bulky pivots like Ensign,
Yeah,
Raji,
it's in
Zapdos. Like,
Zapdos, Rachi.
they can support Mega Camel if they want to bring it.
Yeah,
I think if you
definitely
play
every mon on this
even
team has
average, I think even an average level of play should easily guarantee playoffs at worst. But
I agree.
that is our low division PRs. Thank you all so much for watching. Good luck to you all.